They got to make money. I'd rather see Yahoo stay in business.
Right. And I live by their calendar. I live by their content thing. That's how I sync through my PDA.
Yep.
I pay for that. What do they want to charge me? $14 a year? $20 a year?
It's not
I pay for
expensive.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say, it doesn't get me all head up, but I do think people ought to know that they're changing this marketing policy so they have the right to opt out if they want to. Yep. And they should probably have given people a chance to opt out a little bit sooner. I don't know. Let's talk about CARP.
Yeah.
What is the story with CARP?
Just to correct you just a teeny bit, and I hate to do it. CARP is actually the panel at the Copyright Office that came up with this proposal. It's not a bill. And it won't be a bill. It'll actually be a ruling by the Copyright Panel that basically will lay out what it costs for an online broadcaster to broadcast music per listener per hour, and it's outrageous.
How much?
Well, let's take an average small radio station on the air. Say you're in a small market like Paducah, and you got 1,000 listeners an hour. Translate that over to the net. Doesn't cost you anything to serve those 1,000 listeners on radio, except for the power and whoever's on the air. Well, you put those 1,000 listeners on the net, and all of a sudden it's $181 per year because they charge by the listener, by the hour. So if you have 1,000 listeners at a time, which is a pretty decent sized radio station for the internet, you're talking $181,000 a year.
It's $181 per listener per year?
$181. Yeah, here's how it figures out. It's 14/100ths of a penny per listener per hour, but it works out to $1.40 per hour. So you multiply that by 168 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, and now that's like really, if you're successful on the net, you got 1,000 listeners at a time, right?
Right.
Suppose internet radio gets really successful and starts to compete, as all the very serious people in webcasting have said, with real radio. So you take a station like Z100 in New York, right? They have 125,000 what's called AQH, or average quarter hour, same number per hour, 125,000 at a time. If they wanted to simulcast their on-air signal on the net, if these rules go into effect, they're a broadcaster, so they actually get a 50% discount, but it would cost them $11 billion a year. Billion with a B, as Carl Sagan used to say. It's outrageous. It's stupid.
Wait, now, how much does Z100 pay to broadcast music on its regular broadcast station?
Well, right now, they only pay performance rights. And again, this is separate from ASCAP and BMI, who must be sitting back and going, how stupid are we? Because 1,000 listeners probably cost you $500 a year for performance fees. This is going to the labels and to the artists.
This is completely different than ASCAP BMI
Completely different from ASCAP BMI.
Oh, my gosh. So this is something unique and new that they made up just for internet radio. I mean, CARP is a government panel?
Yes, it's a Copyright and Trademark Office. Now, to be fair, broadcasters, the DEMA, I'm sure you talked to John Potter before, and the RIAA all put their proposals in. And this is and basically what happened was Solomon's wisdom. They came up with a big baby over here and a teeny tiny baby over here, and they said, hey, I know, let's put one in the middle. And that's what they ended up doing.
But it's clearly unfair, and it's probably because internet broadcasters weren't very well represented in the process.
They were very well represented in the process. I think DEMA does a great job. John Potter is very active about representing the membership of DEMA and webcasters in general, and he keeps warning people, step up to the plate and make yourself known. Now, when the numbers came out, it doesn't sound like a lot, 14/100ths of a cent per listener per hour. But it's when you start to do the math, the multiplying, the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's when the numbers really start to pop up. Now, the good thing is that for spoken word stations, there's no fee because there's no music being played. The other good news is most online radio stations don't attract that many people.
Right.
So maybe it won't be that expensive. But consider this. How do you pay for that? You got to pay for it with advertising. You got to pay for it with subscriptions or something like that. But consider Z100, okay? They're billing $50–60 million a year. They can't afford to pay for exactly. So it's not going to happen online.
This has two effects. First of all, it puts the internet broadcaster, the internet-only broadcaster, in jeopardy because it's just too expensive. But it also keeps terrestrial broadcast stations from going onto the internet, which I think many want to do.
Well, and the other thing is it's already caused attrition in the online-only webcasting space. You got guys like Eric Rhodes that ran Radio Central, hired Steve Rivers from KISS FM in Los Angeles to program all the channels. I mean, this guy's a genius. He's a legend in the business. They just threw their hands up 3 weeks ago and they said, we're done. We can't do this. And they were providing radio to Earthlink and About.com and A&E.com. I mean, they were doing high-end, really good stuff. They developed all kinds of really good codecs for the 20K bit range. I mean, it was kicking. And they just basically said, I'm not going to take my investors' money and plunder it like this, which I think is a good thing on his part.
Well, this seems like a horrible mess up. I mean, somebody screwed up, wasn't thinking. I mean, this can't really happen.
Well, it is a self-limiting process for sure, because if you don't have anybody to take money from, it's just not going to happen. Now, one thing that may happen is it may drive things underground, it may drive things pirate, and it may drive things offshore. But eventually, the RIAA, and they're just sitting back and they don't care. This is no skin off their nose. You know why? Because they don't hear any promotion coming out of the online space. It's all indie bands that are getting the promotion, they think. It makes no difference to them whether Britney Spears and U2 and Nickelback are being played on online stuff. I mean, you know, now they care about my show, but because we're on the radio.
Right. You're broadcast.
But if I was an internet only, if the Net Music Countdown was internet only, I couldn't get their attention to save my soul.
Well, this just strikes me as just another reason to hate the gosh darn Recording Industry Association of America. They clearly do not have...
I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's what I think it is. I think the Copyright Office made a bad move in going for the average or the median in this. I think that they didn't really... And in fact,
they didn't do the math, for crying out loud.
If you look at their ruling, on page 21, they sort of go down and they do the same thing I did. They said, well, we don't think this is going to happen. Well, it's going to happen.
Unbelievable. Well, I hope it doesn't happen. And frankly, as a consumer of internet radio, as a guy who loves internet radio, because of its diversity, because it is so exciting and interesting and different from broadcast radio, where there's really only 5 or 6 companies that control the whole darn thing, I think this is appalling. And I hope that, should we write our member of Congress? What should we do about this?
There are movements in Congress to say, hey, look at this, 181,000 a year for 1,000 listeners. That just doesn't work. But I think also what it's going to do is it's going to drive bigger stations, like you'll talk to Stephen in just a bit, to ask for waivers from the record companies. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to ask for waivers from the record companies. Because you know what? The promotion guys are going to sit there and go, what, are you trying to kill my station?
Right.
I'm trying to get this record played on this station, and you're telling them they have to pay you all this money to broadcast it? Come on.
So there may be some hope.
Yeah, for broadcasters that are serious, I think there is hope. But for people like on Shoutcast and trying to do stuff out of their closet, they're not going to be covered by a lot of this because they're using a lot of indie music and they're using a lot of rips and stuff from overseas. It's just going to be a big mess if it doesn't get straightened out.
It just encourages people, once again, to break the law, to go pirate. It's another move from the record industries to put out of business something that is going to happen, and it's appalling. I can't believe it. David, I thank you so much for letting us know what's going on. We're going to talk to Steve Wolf in a little bit, find out how he feels about this, because he's very much impacted. Of course, David Lawrence is the host of Online Tonight, wonderful radio show, Net Radio Countdown, and the website, too, a great place to go. The URL is...
Me? NetMusicCountdown.com, online-tonight.com.
I should have known that. Thank you, David. It's good to talk to you. Take care. If you want more, we got it at our website at screensavers.com. We've got an article written by David on this subject. You can see the math. You can see what's going on. Links to sites with more information. And I do hope that everybody who listens to internet radio out there, everybody who's watching this show, will say something about this. Will do something about this. This is just not right. Coming up next, XP. It sure is futuristic looking, isn't it? But Morgan has a little bit of the old Windows you might miss, and she shows you where it's hidden away when the screensavers continue. Stick around.
Join one of the world's largest communities of netcammers on the Intel Tech TV Netcam network, and you could be a star on Tech TV. Show us your talent. Tell us where you're from.
Hi, I'm Rose from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Or chat with our hosts.
Hello, Nate.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
To join, head to techtv.com/netcam network now. The Intel Tech TV Netcam network is presented by the Intel Pentium 4 processor.
Screensavers is presented by Gateway, where you've got a friend in the business.
Moo.
For an incredible bargain on a computer, just call 1-800-GATEWAY, because right now you can get a Gateway 300 LE desktop fully loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, CD burner, and a monitor, all for just $599. That's right, a Gateway computer with a CD burner and a monitor for just $599. But hurry, this deal won't last forever, so call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
Introducing the 160 horsepower Civic Si.
from Honda. You'll know it when you see it.
Five channels of sports, just a few of the 100 digital channels on XM satellite radio. Hear what Fortune called the product of the year. Beyond AM, beyond FM, XM satellite radio. At your local electronics store.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
A couple of months now.
Oh.
When software quickly connects all your business systems, that's 1 degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Tech TV's Technology Festival kicks off Monday with a week of better living through technology. New shows, special guests, great movies, and gadget giveaways. It's Tech TV's biggest month ever, and it all begins with Tech TV's Better Living Through Technology Week, starting Monday only on Tech TV.
Mary Alice Browning from Wilmer, Alabama is a video geek. She answered 10 questions about compression, editing, and capture, and she won herself a free t-shirt. You can win too. Go to screensavers.com and scroll to the bottom of the page, click on the link that says Video Trivia, and put your digital video knowledge to the ultimate test. Fill out the form and you'll be entered to win a free t-shirt, cap, or special video that I've edited from a secret camera I have hidden in Leo's dressing room. It's all at thescreensavers.com. And by the way, if you were to watch my video, digital video for the desktop, you'd get all 10 right. Leo, what's Chris Perillo doing here?
Dang, if I know. I know he's the host of that other show on Tech TV, Call for...
Extended Play.
Call for Extended Play, that's right. I thought it was Call for Audio File.
Something
hey, Chris,
like that.
So you were calling for help just the other day?
Yes, I was.
Yeah?
Actually, I was screaming for help.
Help!
I love my job, but this time they really took me for a ride. Just take a look at this. We went down to Paramount's Great America to take a look at the... This is wonderful.
Oh, you are nuts. Who's that with you?
It was a student, actually, come in from a school, local school.
Oh, my gosh.
Are you getting audio on this? I can't...
Yeah.
Okay.
Who took the pictures? Who was with you in there? We heard that. We heard that all right.
You didn't even... I go, eat your heart out, Jerry Seinfeld, because it's Superman.
Jerry Seinfeld wasn't Superman. He was...
No, but he liked Superman.
Oh, he liked Superman.
He wanted to...
So you had a photographer in the car in front of you?
Yeah, it was actually Allison Strawn was...
Silicon Alley?
Yeah, they had her strapped with her head and everything back there.
She is brave.
Insane.
Oh, man.
It was insane. But it was the ride called the Stealth. It was wonderful. I mean, they literally...
Are you upside down?
Yeah, for the most part. Throughout the entire ride, they take you, they strap you in, and you go backwards up the hill at first, and then they turn you around, and you're literally, the whole ride, you're like flying.
It's amazing what they can do with roller coasters these days. I guess because the engineering has gotten so good, they can just completely spin you around.
And that's why we went down to take a look, to see exactly what was involved with everything.
Yeah. Loop-de-loops.
Yeah. Well, actually, we learned that it wasn't like a full circle as you'd imagine. It's actually a teardrop shape.
Why is that?
Physics. If it was a full circle, it wouldn't have enough energy to get around. So we learned a little bit about centripetal forces and how you basically go up the hill, and the rest of the time it's coasting. It's physics.
Are you going to do this on the show?
Yeah, darn right we're going to do it on the show.
You just didn't do it for us?
That's why I'm here. No. Well, we got that little roller coaster thing. Do you ride roller coasters?
Oh, no way. I did it once. In high school, I grew up in Santa Cruz, and they have an old wooden roller coaster there. I did it once. I got off the roller coaster, I fell to my knees, and I said, never again. And
you're kidding.
I kept that promise.
Oh, roller coasters are so much fun.
Oh, they're horrible. They're horrible.
See, I didn't realize that, like, it was literally, it's a physics lesson. A roller coaster is a physics lesson. As soon as you realize the forces that are involved with not only wooden roller coasters.
What did you learn, I mean, after all this?
I learned not to eat corn dogs before going on a roller coaster.
That's a physics lesson in itself, and Allison has some stories to tell about that, too. The tech of roller coasters. You're so crazy. Coming up in April on Speed Week. And other great stuff, too. Call for Help's going to be wonderful, as is the Screensavers. April's the month to watch.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, not to say that, May isn't that bad.
My long-lost son. Mommy. Now for a Windows tip.
Hey, do you pine for the days of old before your media player did everything but clean your house? Morgan has a solution for you that's already built into Windows XP. Before we get into that, they had to make special arrangements for Perillo to be allowed on the roller coaster. Because, you got to be...
Well, he fluffed his hair up a little bit, I'm assuming, and that finally made it
put a little bit more mousse in there.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
That's all right. That was fun. So this is the Windows Media Player. I personally don't like the Media Player that is included with Windows XP. Not because it's a particularly buggy or faulty or bad piece of software, but because it's huge. It flashes you with websites. If you click on any of these links, you're going to get a million pop-up ads. It's not cool. And I also have third-party software that's going to do all my burning and ripping and all that stuff for me.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you fully on this issue. It's way too much there. All I wanted to do is play my music, play my videos.
Exactly. So we're going to go ahead and close this. And Microsoft has seen fit. This is the Media Player 8. Microsoft has seen fit to include their legacy player, which is 6.4. And they did this for troubleshooting the regular media player, but we're going to use it to actually start our use our media files.
All right.
So you just go to Run and you type in mplayer2.
Player2 in the Run, start Run.
And then you just hit Enter, and you
there
have
it
this
is.
thing right here.
The classic media player. By the way, I tried this out. I'm running Windows 98. It also works in Windows 98. So if you have upgraded to Windows Media Player 8 and you want to go back sometimes to the spare version, you can do it in Win 98 too. Same way.
Yes, and it's very easy to view options, just like you normally would, and you can associate formats. Sometimes, however, it doesn't work. It's a little bit sneaky. You can associate formats with this, and it's not going to let you take them. So what you got to do is you got to right-click on your media file, choose Open With, and then do it that way, and then associate them that way. For some reason, I found that way sticks more.
Yeah, absolutely, and that would be tricky if someone tried to do this, and that would confuse a lot of people. But if you're confused, or even if you're not, you can read all about this at thescreensavers.com, where Morgan's got great instructions on the whole process. And please email her, morgan@techtv.com, with all your favorite Windows tips. She wants to know what you want to know. Coming up next, we'll talk with an internet radio DJ, find out how he got started and how you too can be a DJ when the Screensavers continues. But first, here's Megan with a helpful web tip.
When you tab through form elements on a web page, you can use spacebar to click the buttons and check the boxes. See how easy? Check, check, check.
What would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix?
I'm out, man. Let's go.
I'm out to see the world. San Francisco, here we
Are we having fun yet? It doesn't take much to have fun, does it?
It's like riding on a surfboard.
You're going to have to call me Dixie if I wear this.
All right, Dixie.
I can smell the salt water from here. Give us a swell, baby. So what would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix? Tell us at Pontiac.com.
There's some good surf out there.
If you found a complete IT training program that guaranteed you'd get certified, gave you hands-on exercises available to you online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and included telephone tutoring by a certified IT professional, would you be interested? Well, that's exactly what you get from Smart Certified Direct.
It's easy to see why these courses have won so many awards. I got all the benefits of classroom training at 1/3 the cost.
Smart Certify online and telephone mentoring gave me the help I really needed to get MCSE certified.
From introductory PC repair courses to high-level certifications like MCSE, CNE, Cisco, and Linux, Smart Certified Direct gives you the skills you need to excel in the IT industry. Call 1-877-TRAINING or visit www.smartcertifieddirect.com today to find out about our limited offer and financial assistance. Take a step toward improving your future.
Cheddar, this historic city of cheese is about to become a cyber city. When I push this button, the Cheddar website will open the markets of the world to us. What's happened?
We've been hacked. A secure infrastructure? IBM can help.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. Our next guest is a pioneer in the world of internet radio. I actually have been listening to his radio station for some time now. He started his own FM broadcast radio station when he was just 19 years old. And in 1999, went online as one of the largest internet radio stations ever, Wolf FM. Joining us via Netcam, Wolf's owner and DJ Steve Wolf. Steve, it's so great to talk to you.
Hi, Leo. I am truly honored to talk to you. Oh, my God, I watch you all the time.
That's so funny because I listen to you all the time. Well, I first found Wolf FM on iTunes because you're one of the preset radio stations on iTunes for my Macintosh. But how many people listen to you, would you say, each week on Wolf FM?
Each week?
Or whatever number you got.
During the day, during the week, the workday is that's the peak time for traffic.
Right.
We have anywhere between 3,000 and 3,500 listening.
That's amazing. At the same time?
At the same time.
How did you get started doing this? You were a real broadcaster at first?
Oh, yeah. I started out at a radio station when I was 14 years old, just playing music. Wasn't even allowed to talk on the air. And just kind of went from there.
Hi, this is Steve. And
yeah, that's right. You know, like, now with the weather report.
Cut for you. But that's actually a lot of broadcasters start really young. That's very common.
Oh, yeah. And you know, I've always had an interest in electronics and technology and things like that, and then went on to do this.
Let me mention something. I hope you don't mind if I mention this, but you're blind, aren't you?
That's right. Yep.
Blind from birth, or?
No, it was an accident, childhood accident.
So this whole radio thing has been since then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the things I just want to. I only say that because it's remarkable that you know.
No, just use adaptive software on the computer that basically reads the screen to me, and that allows me to set up all the software. And
so when you went online the first time with Wolf FM, what you do it on your home PC? How did you do it?
I had a 233 megahertz AMD and a cable modem. And a friend of mine, in fact, our webmaster Scott, had said, "Hey man, you need to stream audio on the internet. There's this Shoutcast stuff. You got to go download it." So I downloaded it and played with it on a Sunday night. Couldn't figure out what I was doing. Documentation was very scarce.
Right.
And by Monday afternoon, the 18th of January, 1999, I saw my first 24K MP3 stream.
So it hasn't been that long. It's only been 3 years.
3 years.
We were showing people how to use Shoutcast when it first came out on the screensavers.
Oh, yeah. I remember that program.
And talking a lot about it. Do you still use Shoutcast?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's, you know, built for multiple platforms.
Mm-hmm.
It's very stable, very stable. And the developers are very responsive to suggestions and new ideas and bug fixes.
So you went from one 24K stream on one 233 megahertz PC. What are you running now?
Well, we have 24K MP3 stream, 56K MP3 stream, 128K MP3
That's the one I listen to because that's better than FM quality.
Yeah, that requires a cable modem or a good DSL. Yeah.
And it sounds great. And how many streams do you send out? You said 3,500?
Yeah, we can go up to 5,000.
Wow.
We can go up to 5,000.
How much computer power to do that?
The servers for the listeners to connect to are running Solaris, running Spark.
Okay, so they're Unix?
They're big servers.
Big servers.
Yeah.
How big a pipe do you need for that?
OC48.
OC48. That's how
big
many?
Fiber optic cable.
That's OC48. That's how many bits per second you're talking?
Several gigabits, I believe.
That's a lot of bandwidth. By the way, this is one reason internet radio doesn't take off. Unlike regular broadcast radio, if I put up an antenna, if one person listens or a billion people listen, it doesn't cost me any more money. But you, for every single stream, it costs you more money.
Yes, every listener, it costs more money. There's technology in the works to change that or correct that where they can share the bandwidth, but that's still in the developing stages.
So let's take a look. We got a picture of the process of how a song gets on the air on Wolf FM.
I think we're starting at the audio servers.
Yep.
And basically all the music is stored on the hard drive.
So are all MP3s?
Yep, they're all MP3 files. There's about 1,400 songs on there.
Okay. You pick them yourself?
Huh?
Do you pick them yourself, Steve?
Oh, yeah, sure do.
You're the
and
music?
requests, too. We do some requests.
You're the music director.
I'm the music director, chief cook and bottle washer.
Do the record companies come to you and say, play our song?
No.
You don't get promo guys?
No. There's some online net music promotion things that I get stuff from, but...
They still don't get it?
No, the regular record companies, no, they don't know.
So it goes off those audio servers, then that's when it goes to the Spark Solaris servers?
Well, no, it goes from there to the studio equipment where the microphone and the mixer board, you know, traditional radio stuff.
Is that where you are right now?
That's where I'm sitting right in front of this. Yep, right now.
Just like a regular broadcast station?
Yep. Then it goes to the rack. And if you see that, that's what processes the audio. It makes it sound good.
Okay.
It does all...
Are you using some standard radio equipment there? What kind of?
We use an Omnia processor from Telos.
Okay.
And it's a nice box.
It compresses. It adds to the dynamic range, so the music sounds better on a compressed.
Exactly, on a lower bit rate or bandwidth stream makes it sound better. Then it goes from the rack to the encoders, where it's encoded to the individual bit rate streams and sent out to the internet, sent out to the big servers.
How much? This must cost you a pretty penny.
It's several $1,000s a month.
How do you pay for it, Stephen?
Well, we've had advertising in the past, ever since the downturn in the economy, and with this recent CARP stuff, advertisers have been scared off. So advertising dollars are very scarce. So what we've done is we've put a donation link on our website, and we encourage our listeners to contribute.
I will pay. I didn't know that, and I'm going to go to your website.
Keep the lights on, because I enjoy doing this. I never got into it with the idea of getting rich. I do it because I love radio. I love the internet. I love technology.
In 2 years, when my contract runs out, I'm going to be on the radio again, on internet radio. I just think I think it's what's happening. Real quickly, this CARP stuff. I know you took some issue with some of the things that David Lawrence said.
Well, the 0.14 of a cent per listener is not per hour; it's per song.
Oh, so it's worse.
It's worse. It gets much worse.
It's much more expensive.
And he didn't even mention the issue with regard to reporting, what the RIA wants us as webcasters to report. They want us to collect data on the listener.
No.
Oh, yes.
So when does this take effect, and what will happen to you if it does?
If the recommendation is adopted by the Librarian of Congress, Wolf FM will have to shut down.
Shocking.
Because they also, at that present rate, want to take it back retroactive to 1998.
So you would owe millions.
Millions and millions and millions.
This is
I wouldn't be worth that if I died 5 times over.
This is an example of where government is supporting big business to the expense of small business.
Well, the RIA wants guys like me shut down because they want to control where the consumer can get their music and what they listen to.
You do pay license fees, though, right? This is legal.
ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC, absolutely.
You're paying the same license fees a radio station pays.
Absolutely.
It's not that. They want to put you out of business.
They want to put me out of business because they want everyone to go to their websites, to their portals, and they can spoon-feed the consumer what they want them to hear.
And people wonder why consumers steal music.
Exactly. It gets me all up in arms.
Me too.
So, but no, I enjoy running Wolf FM. It's a lot of fun. I've met so many neat people.
Steve, I am so glad to meet you. I love your station. I listen to it all the time.
We have a webcam in here. Obviously, I'm on it, but it takes a still image every 25 seconds
so you can
and updates the webpage. So if I'm in here doing stuff on the mic, the station's automated most of the time.
You can see what Steve's up to.
People can check out the webcam, and we have a whiteboard sign that I can hold up. Can you read that?
I don't know. I think it's frozen right now.
Okay.
That's not updating. You know what? People just go to wolffm.com. They can read it there.
I got the whiteboard anyway. I wrote Word on it, W-E-R-D.
Steve, you're with it. You're talking the lingo of the kids today.
That's right. I'm on it.
Because you're a DJ. That's why.
I'm a DJ.
Hey, Steve, what a thrill talking to you. Please stay in touch.
Absolutely.
Let's fight this fight together. You go to his website. I noticed you have a link right there to fighting.
Yeah, Internet Radio is under attack. That will give you more information. Write your Congress people. Write everyone you can think of. Make everyone aware of this. It's big business trying to stomp out the little guy.
It is, and I'm taking up the crusade.
All right, good deal.
Steve,
I've enjoyed it, Leo. It's truly an honor.
An honor to talk to you, sir.
All right, you have a good night.
Take care. Thank you, Steve Wolf from Wolf FM for instructions and links. We've got the details on how he did it, how you could do it too. Set up your own internet radio station should you want to. I think you should. We should all do it. Let's take it right back to them. Make them shut us down. Screensavers.com is where to go for more information. I'm going to do mine tonight. Darn it. Stay where you are, folks. Still to come on this very show. Brett Larson is here with a list that will shock you. He's going to show you things you can do on a PC, but not a Mac. Brett, you traitor! We'll also show you how to connect your LANs to your friend's network without wires and a cheaper alternative to the Apple Studio display. It's just as purty. All that and more as the Screensavers rolls on.
OLM.net presents True Tales from the World Wide Web.
With all the web hosting companies competing for your business, which one should you choose?
OLM gave us 300 megabytes for a fifth what we were paying before. We got a bunch of email addresses. We've had 100% uptime. No crashes. We like that.
For me, it comes down to more features for less money. I've been shopping around and OLM is unbeatable. They have great service, very reliable. I think they're the best value out there in the market.
Well, I usually don't get to the computer till after midnight. So since OLM has 24/7 support and it's live phone support, that really meant a lot to me. I've not had any problems. They've been great. I just love them. They're like family.
Real people, true stories. OLM.net. See for yourself. 1-877-2-OLM-NET. Over 200,000 websites. One truly great host.
Some people have a passion for driving. One such person is engineer Chris Marr. For the GMC Yukon XL Denali, Chris and the team paired a 320 horsepower V8 to full-time all-wheel drive for a mix of power and agility found in no other SUV. To quote Chris, who says you can't teach a big dog new tricks? The GMC Yukon XL Denali.
This ordinary-looking bed is the key to a restful night's sleep. Even though it may look like an ordinary mattress, it's more comfortable than you can ever imagine. Introducing the Nautilus Sleep System. Nautilus uses variable support chambers designed to let you control the comfort on your side of the bed. Individual remote controls allow you to increase or decrease the firmness on your side of the bed, so you can have that feather-soft feel, and your spouse can get the extra firm support he or she has always wanted. Features like a wool blend pillow top for winter, a silk blend pillow top for summer, and our unique comfort layer make Nautilus the choice for a great night's sleep. It's time you feel the instant comfort of Nautilus, with no money down and payments as low as $30 a month. Try Nautilus in your home. We guarantee the best sleep you've had in years. If you're not completely satisfied within 12 weeks, return it for a full refund of the purchase price. Call now for your free video and brochure and discover instant comfort with the Nautilus Sleep System.
Starting Monday, Tech TV's Technology Festival blasts off with an amazing week of better living through technology. See how to live longer, love better, and enjoy a healthier, happier lifestyle. When all your favorite Tech TV shows show you how to live the good life. Including television's most entertaining technology show, The Screensavers, weeknights at 7, 6 Central. It's Tech TV's Better Living Through Technology Week, starting Monday on Tech TV.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Leo Laporte.
And I'm Martin Sargent. Thanks so much for joining us. Coming up in this half hour, we're going to show you how to join two networks using a wireless access point.
Guy has a friend across the street. He wants to share his internet with us.
We know how to do it. We've got the answer. And Brett Larson comes back to show you a cheaper solution to the Mac Apple Studio display. You just might be amazed.
Everybody's looking at it going, ooh.
Because us PC guys, we all want the cinema display.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You should want a Mac. Check-in time now with the fine folks, despite Brett Larson going over to the dark side. The fine folks at Tech Live have a great show. Let's find out what's coming up tonight. News anchor Michaela Pereira is here. Hi, Michaela.
Hello, fellows. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter. I see you're wearing your Easter egg frock.
It's not quite a frock, but it'll do.
Okay.
We are going to talk a little bit about Easter. We're talking about Easter eggs. We know that kids search the house in search of colored eggs. We're going to take a look at Easter eggs of a different sort. We're talking about secret footage and outtakes from films that are actually hidden on DVDs. We're going to tell you where we found them. And, of course, you need a very quiet place to find out just how silent a submarine can be. We're going to take you to a mountain lake in Idaho. Isn't it pretty there? Where the U.S. Navy tests how much noise subs make. We'll also show you the huge scale models used in their efforts to make these ships silent. Plus, the new movie Clock Stoppers opens today, and the cool special effects were produced by a familiar name, Kodak. The old celluloid film company is trying to make a place for itself in the digital world. We're going to show you and tell you how they are doing. That's all coming up tonight on Tech Live, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Wow, what a great
show.
Great show. Great show.
Man. Thank you, Michaela Pereira.
Speaking of good shows.
Yes?
If you watch any other show besides the Screensavers during the month of April, you're bonkers, because it's Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival.
Yeah.
And look no further than the Screensavers as we kick off next week, a full week devoted to better living through technology. On Monday, we've got Apple Computers co-founder Steve Wozniak, the Woz, and we're going to build the ultimate home entertainment PC. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to sit down with one of my favorite living Americans, the great Dom DeLuise. Plus, we'll take a look at
one leg, or no, that's Dodie.
Alternative office suites. You don't have to use Microsoft. Then on Wednesday, we have the brilliant, funny guy, Bill Nye, the science guy. And we'll introduce you to the world's quietest PC. Pat soups up and geeks out a lazy boy recliner on Thursday's show while I talk with former Superman and current host of Ripley's Believe It or Not, Dean Cain, and then grab the Kleenex. For Friday, it's a very special show. It's a real geek wedding live on this very show. I'm personally terrified about this. They're from Seattle.
What's your role?
And they will be married by Leo.
Yeah, I'm the preacher. What's your role?
I don't know.
I
think I'm going to take the guy out for the bachelor party the night before. I think that I would do a very good job of that.
What was I thinking? You're the guy who jumps out of the cake.
So as you can see, there's a whole lot going on in April. You won't want to miss a day of the screensavers in the month of April.
It's going to be
the cruelest month.
It is, according to T.S. Eliot. He may be wrong, however. It's been a
We're going to prove that wrong.
Here, yeah. Yesterday on our poll, we asked you if you find the web fun. New York Times says it's not fun anymore. You disagree. 77% say Yahoo! 23% say
I've had it with the web.
You're bored with it? That's
I'm so bored. That's what I do.
You know, it's an occupational hazard.
All right, today's topic, News.com reports that PC prices, they're rising. As component prices go up, companies such as Apple and NEC are raising their prices on their newer models. And then Dell Computer, they haven't changed the ticket price on existing PCs, but they have made an effort to release faster, more expensive PCs to replace the cheaper models. And they're the bellwether.
Yeah.
What they do, people follow. So today we're asking what you think. Have PC bottoms hit bottom? Yes or no? Is this the time to buy a computer? Are the prices going to continue to rise? Or should we have all bought one 2 weeks ago, really?
And maybe having the prices go up isn't such a bad thing. I mean, maybe, it will help the industry.
That's right.
Which has been struggling along.
That's right.
So what do you think? Yay or nay? Go to thescreensavers.com and cast your vote.
All right. And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the Twisted List. But Brett Larson is going to do it instead of me.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
It's an excellent list.
I know, Marty, I've got big shoes to fill, and apparently big clothes too. So for my list tonight, I decided to show you and the rest of the Screensavers audience 5 things you can do on a PC that you actually can't do on a Mac.
You're kidding.
Because as the Mac guy here, I get a lot of this all the time. People always emailing me saying, oh, you can't do that on the Mac. Why would you want one of those overpriced pretty computers? And I say, they're right. There are a lot of things you can't do on the Mac. So let's start off.
You're a traitor. I can't believe it.
Let's start
get
off
right
with,
into
with
it.
number 1.
We usually go the other way, but we'll do it your way. Number 1.
We'll do with number 1. Use hundreds of high-end applications, like this CAD program, to accomplish tasks like designing smart bombs, sports cars, and animated characters that will appear in full-length movies. You can also use a CAD program to design futuristic space robots that will soon take over the world in a mini-series you can write on your Mac. See there?
You can't do any of those things on a PC? I mean, on a Mac?
No.
You can't design smart bombs?
You can't do that. No, you can't. You wouldn't want to because Macs are peaceful computers.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, download and use thousands of time-consuming shareware and freeware applications like this one. It's a personal favorite of mine. It's Minesweeper, and you can play it for hours at a time.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's a big time waster.
I sense the irony coming through here, the sarcasm of Brett Larson.
You don't waste a lot of time on the Mac. Let's go on number 3. Right-click, right-click, right-click. That's right. Quickly access those feature-packed contextual menus found all around Windows by simply pressing the right mouse button. Or as left-handed people, I think they would refer to it as the left mouse button.
That's right. You can't do that on a Mac, can you?
Mac users only know that a single click without the right or left orientation of a Windows click.
I think you need 2 buttons. Number 4.
Number 4, the internationally known blue screen of death. Like alien hieroglyphics in the Midwestern wheat field, these things appear at random, unexplained times. And like those hieroglyphics, few can actually read the cryptic messages they contain. Pretty neat, huh?
Macs never crash.
No, they actually never do. They never do.
And finally, number 5.
Mine ran for 2 weeks straight. Number 5, surf the web and check your mail, knowing that love letters from friends and promises of your favorite stars in the buff can only mean one thing, a virus. Yes, friends, that's right. With a grasp on only 5% of the computer market, the only virus a Mac user knows are those discussed on such popular shows as the Screensavers. Open anything you want on your Mac and laugh yourself silly with glee, knowing that the promise of getting free internet service, firing your boss and working from home, or reading someone else's Word document, that's one of my favorites, forwarded to you by a complete stranger will result in nothing more than a few minutes of entertainment for you and hours of painful data recovery for your PC-loving friends.
You are so bitter.
That's another thing that happens to you when you're a Mac user.
The key, I think, here is 5%.
I only get 5%, Marty.
5%.
You get more than that on your book.
That's right. To get the inside scoop on this list, go to thescreensavers.com. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks,
it was an admirable first try.
Thanks.
Megan, anything new on the Screensavers website?
Brett, if you were hoping for less hate mail from the PC users, I don't think that's going to do it.
Speaking of Macs, Noah sent me an email asking if there was a Visual Basic for Mac, and you can get Real Basic. I put a link for that on our website. And also, I wanted to thank the folks at Geek Culture. They sent me all kinds of buttons, and they sent me some Linux posters. I love them. Thank you. And that's all I have time for. Back to you, Marty.
Thank you. Larson's nuts, isn't he? Coming up after the break, want to attach your LAN and your friend's network across the street? It's possible, and it's cheap, too. We're going to show you how when the Screensavers continues.
Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, a month of amazing television about cool technology. But wait, all month long you can win cool stuff in a great gadget giveaway sponsored by Dell. It's your chance to win Dell flat panel monitors, Nikon digital cameras, Palm handheld PDAs, and HP printers. For complete details, go to techtv.com. Amazing prizes, amazing television. It's all part of Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, starting Monday, only on Tech TV.
Where are the cars we were promised? The land-based rocket ships, with cockpits full of computers and video screens. The cars with shapes we had seen only in our dreams. Where are the cars we were promised? They're closer than you think. Introducing the new Infiniti G35.
Classical, commercial-free, coast to coast. Beyond AM, beyond FM, XM, satellite radio.
Leave them in the dust with the Intel Pentium 4 processor.
It was not my dream to retire here. To the place where a couple first met.
I'm good, thanks.
Married. And always planned to return. But I embraced that dream with unwavering attention, and it became my own. And that's what I do at Morgan Stanley, one client at a time.
When software quickly connects supply and demand, that's one degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. Tim from La Crescenta, California said, my friend and I have networks in our homes and live across the street. Can we link them together using a wireless network? And he actually specifically mentioned Linksys, so we're going to do it with Linksys. But this will work with pretty much any one of these. Huh? Yeah, they're fun, aren't they?
Yeah, they are fun.
Okay, stop playing with my antenna.
These have a range of, I think it's 1,600 feet.
No.
Which is like 8 miles.
No, you lie. They're about 150 feet. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Really?
I'm right. You're right.
All right, you may be right.
Maybe this is a different one.
What kind of distance we can expect? Probably across the street we can do. 150 feet is nominally what you can do. You can get bigger antennas and go farther, but you need boosters. What these are both hubs and routers. So they allow you to connect your cable modem or your DSL modem into the back here, and then it broadcasts the internet access out of this wireless thing. Now, he wants to have his network in his house hooked up to this, go across the street, and then his buddy across the street doesn't have to pay, basically, doesn't have to pay for internet access, can hook up his network to the same thing. They can share files, but he can also share internet access. Can he do it? Absolutely.
Let's assume that they're not sharing.
They're not stealing. This
They're
is
not
the
doing
Linksys
that. They wouldn't.
interface. Now, they've changed this a little bit now. This is the WAP 11 we're using. Actually, I wouldn't recommend that for what he wants to do because he probably wants some hardwired ports on it as well, and this does not have additional ports. It is only wireless. What you'll do when you run it, in fact, I'm going to go right to the manual. I'll tell you exactly. It'll say what you can do here. You can do what he wants to do, which is a wireless bridge is what they call it. So here's his LAN, all hardwired. He goes across the street to the other LAN, all hardwired. That's called wireless bridge mode. Now, the disadvantage, as you can probably tell from this image, is it has to be hardwired on both sides of the street. You can't use it as a wireless access point at home. For that, you have to do a slightly different configuration. Let me go to the configuration window here. As with all Linksys routers, and most routers of this type, you configure it actually through the web browser, which logs into the router. And you'll see there's access point, which allows us that's kind of how you would normally use it. There's access point client, which is the one he wants to use, where you go across the street. And you see you have to enter the MAC address, which is the unique Ethernet address of the other router in here. You know, it's a long number. You have to enter that in there so that it can see who it's talking to. There's also wireless bridge. Whoops, that's not correct. Thank you. Of course it's not correct. I just typed something in. And then there's point to multipoint, which allows you to broadcast to your entire neighborhood if you so wanted to do. Linksys says we don't encourage that. They actually, technically, they say, well, we don't support it, but in fact, you can do it. And this is the look at this diagram. This is the multipoint one, where you got all of these guys all sharing the same internet connection. Now that's what I call cheap. All right.
USA.
So it's all in the manual, Guy. Yes, you can do it. Go out and buy a WAP 11. If you're going to, probably what you want to do is get one of the ones that has additional hardwired ports so that you can add hardwired computers to that particular network. Your friend gets the same thing across the street. It doesn't even have to be the same because this uses 802.11b, which is the standard Wi-Fi protocol. It can be any Wi-Fi box across the way.
I love 802.11b.
Me too.
Go to thescreensavers.com for instructions on this cool wireless feature.
You're so cute when you're angry.
Coming up next, are you a Mac user who wants to run an Apple Studio display on your system, but you don't want to rob a bank?
I can't afford it.
Brett Larson, he's back from Tech TV Labs. He's going to join us with a less costly alternative to the beautiful Studio display. Stick around.
See this all.
Bringing this brand new car around today. It's called the Pontiac Vibe. Sounds like a party wagon. How you guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's pretty fat, dude.
It's a fantastic car.
I'm a vibe girl, yeah.
Big, oh, sweet. Look at that. AC connection. Yeah. Awesome.
I can see it zipping around town.
This is the road trip mobile.
Look at this.
I like that. Sounds sharp.
I like the silver.
Control, circles.
It's built real tight, you know? This is my kind of ride.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe.
Like trying stuff out before you buy it? Well, at Best Buy, you can try out all the latest high-tech stuff. Actually, that's half the fun. Best Buy. Go ahead. Turn on the fun.
What am I to your small business? I'm a Dell Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor for just $699. A serious upgrade in power without the annoying upgrade in price. But look closer. What I really am is a better way for your business to do business. Customized to fit your needs and backed by award-winning service and support on the phone or online 24/7. Allow me to grow your business. I'm a Dell Dimension desktop powered by the Intel Pentium 4 processor for only $699. I'm much, much more than business as usual.
Get great deals on Dell Business desktops, notebooks, and servers. Right now, ask about 0% leasing for qualified business customers. And get a free CD burner on select systems.
Small business technology. Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell.
Well, despite Brett's list of a few minutes ago, many PC users still do not plan to trade their PCs for a Mac, but many of them would not mind trading their monitor for that beautiful Apple Studio display. It does come with a rather hefty price tag. Today, Brett Larson is back, our product analyst from Tech TV Labs, to show us some alternatives to the Apple display. Now, this
I'm
is the
surprised you guys had me back after that little fiasco.
I agreed with you. That was absolutely right on. I have this at home with my Cube, and this is a really nice display. It's digital, so it's very crisp.
Right. It has the Apple Display Connector, or ADC, as they call it.
Now, does that work with PCs?
It doesn't, unless you get a card that supports that. And I do believe ATI and NVIDIA both make aftermarket AGP cards.
You need an adapter or a special card?
You'd need a special card. Because remember, the AGP, or rather the ADC, that goes in the AGP that provides DVI to your monitor. I said that on purpose because I wanted to get a lot of letters. It's like an alphabet. Okay. So it provides power as well as USB. So that's kind of why you need the special card.
These don't plug in. You need to have power on it. Okay.
So if you just have a DVI connector, that's just digital video.
It won't do it.
It won't do it. But this actually, you get options.
So this is now how much is the Apple Studio display?
Apple Studio display right now, if you just buy it, is $9.99. They'll give you a rebate if you buy it with a machine. They have a rebate program going on.
I bought it with my Cube. I think it's wonderful. It's 1280. It's 1280 by 1024.
Correct.
It is crisp. It's bright. The only thing I don't like about it is not very easy to set up the angle. As you can see, you have to kind of tilt this back thing, and it's
the
it's
foot
not
on
good.
The back doesn't.
It's not good. It needs, it needs that little lamp thing that the iMac
has. And surprisingly, I don't believe that is ergonomically correct.
It isn't.
Have
it's
a monitor
the wrong angle. It should be like
back.
that.
It should be actually facing up and
now,
up a little higher.
Let's save some money.
Okay, let's save $100.
How much would you pay?
Oh my God, this thing weighs a ton.
This is the
This is the Formac display. Believe it or not, I don't know if you can tell looking at them side by side, but this one is 17.4 inches.
It looks slightly bigger.
It's a tiny little bit bigger,
it's
but
still
the same resolution.
1028 by
1280 by
1024.
$100 less though, and that's no rebates. Just out of the box, it's going to cost you $100 less. It's the Formac Gallery 1740.
1740.
That's the name of it. Now it does have the ADC connector. And they're bundling it with, actually, this is pretty cool.
Tilt it forward so we get a little glare off of it. This has the same issue.
Yeah, it
does. You got
that
little stand in the back.
You know what I think? I think they bought all of Apple's bad displays and put their own case on.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, it's a horrible thing to say.
You.
Oh, wait, they're calling now.
How do you like this?
We like it, actually. We found the image quality on it was a little bit nicer. Really? It was a little bit crisp.
What does that mean? It's crisper?
It's crisper and the colors are a little more
accurate.
Colors are
truer. Okay.
Side by side, you really start to notice. It's very slight, but it's a tiny little bit better. The other thing is it's nice. It's bundled with a calibrator. I think for 6 months or so, they're going to bundle it with a calibrator.
That's the software. Is it a software calibrator?
It's a calibrator that sticks on the front.
Oh, it's like one of those color suckers?
Which is nice. You put it on the front, you plug it in over USB, and it actually calibrates the monitor
and that's used for designers who need to have Pantone colors. It has to be accurate on the screen so that it comes out right on the printer, and et cetera, et cetera.
When you send it off to
most of us
New York or wherever to have it printed out, I wouldn't need it.
All right.
And it also has a little bit higher contrast ratio, 400:1.
Okay.
Whereas that has 350:1.
So for PC users, this is a much better choice. It's $100 cheaper. It's a better monitor, and it has the right connector.
And yeah, exactly. It'll work with your PC, and it has USB on the back too, which is kind of
That's one of the nice things about the Apple display. I liked having USB available. You have what, 2 ports in the back?
You get 2 ports in the back there. You get 2 ports in the back
has 2 as well.
If you get the adapter with it, you can plug it in with power.
You know, you might be right, because really, in every respect, this is very much like the Apple product.
You know, in a couple of weeks or months, we're not sure because they didn't give us an exact date. These little holes here on the bottom, I don't know if you can see those. There, you can see the back. See, there's these holes in the bottom.
Yeah.
They're actually going to fit those with speakers. I was going to say microphones, but speakers will go in there. Because I often want to yell at my computer and have it listen to me.
Right now, you just go like this.
Yeah.
Hey,
you just
I'm talking to you.
Hey, whatever works for you, Leo.
I'll do it again. That's all right. Enough
so
of
you
that.
can, you can. They're going to mount those as speakers.
USBs
are on the back. You get 2 down there.
Right there.
So you can plug in your mouse and keyboard, which is nice because then you can put your computer on the floor, or where your PC can go on the floor.
Same thing here.
Wherever you want. Do PCs have USB now? I was asking.
Yes, they do. They have USB 2.0. They're a little bit ahead of you, Mac clowns.
That's a little bit better.
Never mind.
This is a little bit lighter, a little bit heavier. And we found that response time, with LCD displays, since it's not a CRT.
They're a little slower.
They're a little bit slower because you have to get information to all those pixels.
Means not as good for gaming, right?
Exactly. And we actually found their pixel response time on that was pretty high.
The Formac's good. So you like the Formac?
We liked it for video and for gameplay. And the.
So how many Bretts do you give it?
I believe we give it 4 Bretts.
4 Bretts.
4 out of 5
That's
Bretts.
Not bad for the full story.
And let me tell you, that makes for a fun weekend.
Not with me, baby. For the full story on how these 2 monitors.
I get nothing for that?
Nothing. You get.
I didn't even get a cat call or anything. Okay.
For more on how these monitors compare against each other, and actually this format looks better and better, head over to thescreensavers.com to get all the details. Megan, you got the preliminary results?
I do.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about 4 out of 5 Bretts. Sorry. The question was, have PC prices hit bottom? And 70% say no, 30% say yes. Maybe they thought we asked if they wanted them to hit bottom. Anyway, you still got 24 hours to vote, so go vote already. Now it's time for our instant message quote of the day. Mike Gantz says, if ignorance is bliss, why aren't more people happy?
Moo. For great deals on notebooks, just call 1-800-GATEWAY. Because right now, you can get the Solo 1450 SE notebook loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, a 14-inch display, a DVD player, and much more, all for only $9.99. It's the perfect PC for doing work or watching movies on the go. And it's only at Gateway. So call 1-800-GATEWAY. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
Hey, want to switch? Sure.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that switches from an SUV to a pickup.
Good idea.
Chevy Avalanche, Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year. Avalanche, like a rock. The bow. Resistance becomes strength. Becomes power. The power to change and reshape your entire body. This is Bowflex, an entire gem-in-one easy-to-use machine. So powerful, it delivers over 60 Health Club quality exercises with up to 410 pounds of resistance in any room in your home. Strength training with Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. One simple workout. 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week. Bowflex is real. The results are real. And you can own one with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Call right now for a free video and brochure. Bowflex, the power is yours.
Coming up on Tech Prime, Extended Play, followed by Tech Live.
Tech TV's Technology Festival kicks off Monday with a week of better living through technology. New shows, special guests, great movies, and gadget giveaways. It's Tech TV's biggest month ever, and it all begins with Tech TV's Better Living Through Technology Week, starting Monday only on Tech TV.
Be sure to catch the Screensavers this coming Monday. It's April Fool's Day. We kick off a month of great Aprils with a great week devoted to better living through tech. And in light of April Fool's Day, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak will join us to share. He is a prankster, some of the great pranks he pulled back in the day, and you're going to love these. Some of them have never been told before. We're building the ultimate home entertainment PC. You won't want to miss that either. It's this Monday, April Fool's Day edition of the Screensavers as we kick off a great April.
Well, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, just a reminder that the film The Panic Room is open in theaters today, so check it out because we will be talking with Jodie Foster, Forrest Whitaker, and Dwight Yoakam next Friday, April 5th on our show. You don't want to miss it.
You interviewed them.
Yeah, I went down to LA and interviewed. Yeah, they're good people. And it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. It's very Hitchcockian. Did you like it? It's done in like 3 rooms, yet it's compelling for the 88 minutes.
They promote that movie like crazy. I mean, I've seen trailers every movie I've gone to, and it does not interest me for some reason.
Kind of like Home Alone.
Scary. Home Alone?
Yeah,
Okay.
The intruders.
I got it. Gabriel. Poor Gabriel. Look at this. He sent me handwritten 3 pages of error messages from Norton Wind Doctor. Wind Doctor is a program that comes with the Norton system utilities, and he's getting a bunch of error messages. It's saying something's wrong. I can't find. Just ignore it, Gabriel. Win Doctor is picky, is finding a lot of, can you believe he hand wrote all of these error messages? They're meaningless. They're fine. Sometimes you go to the doctor, you find out more than you really need to know. Unnecessary. By the way, next Friday,
yes,
10 o'clock Eastern, it's a very special Screensavers. The first big, I thought we were going to talk about the wedding. This is something new. We've never announced this. Have we told anybody about this?
You're getting the first scoop right now. Check this out.
It's the big screen Screensavers show, the first of a series of Tech TV movies.
We're showing movies on Tech TV.
Pat Norton and I are going to host it. Our first movie is Coma, Michael Douglas, the first Michael Crichton movie. It's an all-star cast. We're going to be hosting it 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, right after the Screensavers in a little bit. I hope you will watch this coming Friday. Something brand new for Patrick and me.
Patrick and Leo sitting together in a dark room watching movies.
That should be good.
Risky.
Jake Seeley says, Megan, please answer my question. I've sent it several times to the general mailbox with no luck yet. Again. What kind of TV and TV cards do you use to get that nice picture of computer screens on the television? We don't use anything consumers can buy. We use, well, you can, but it's expensive. Scantrons, they're around $1,000. Skidoos, what do we use most of the time, Miriam? We use Scantrons. I think that's what we use on most of our equipment. They're professional equipment that tricks the computer signal into looking like a TV signal. You probably wouldn't want to buy that for home use.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Screensavers. I'm Martin Sargent.
Hey, I'm Leo Laporte. Thank you so much for joining us all week long. We thank our guests, David Lawrence, Steve Wolf, Brett Larson, Chris Perillo. Have a great weekend, a great night. Come back April. It's going to be great.
Have a good Friday.
Bye. A good Friday. Very nice.